Mage here, and it's been a little while since I've done any videos, but it's been brought to my attention that this door doesn't work over here. Not in the current version of Minecraft. Push this. That was supposed to be opening, it's closing, doing weird shit. Yeah, we don't like that. But it's been fixed. So I thought, quick little mini tutorial on how to make this thing work. Works in the latest version, 1.16.2. A lever will make it stay open, and it'll close a few seconds after you turn on the lever. Otherwise, still functions on a button with automatic closure. Go through, it'll close behind you on its own. Another button in here. Nice little pyramid / staircase door. I have a few in my world, one on a pyramid, one in a staircase. New version uses these wonderful guys, observers. Do so much cool stuff with them. The old one had this ridiculous mess. But this much easier. So, building the setup. Pistons in the exact same arrangement as the previous video. Exactly where you expect them to be. 2 pistons in a row. Going up for the block needs to go up 2 spaces. Single piston there. Even this part is basically the same. This is a solid block there. And if you look up on the outside here, it can still continue straight down. No problem, because the solid block needs to be powered. It's below where you'd have a staircase type block. You have a row of torches right there. A set of repeaters set to 2 ticks. They must actually be set to 2 ticks to make this work properly. And your line of redstone leading up to just in front of this observer. This effectively is your input point for running the whole system. Double piston extender is this insanely simple modern double piston extender where you have a row of repeaters set to 4 ticks, pointing at the bottom piston. Observer looking at that repeater right there, pointing into a solid block. It must be a solid block. And that will power via quasi-connectivity. Actually, no. Regular connectivity. This piston after it's been pushed up. No problem. And in order for this thing to work, you need to trigger this guy once, and that will, every time this puts out a pulse, it'll put the block up. You give it another pulse, it'll bring the block all the way back down. So basically, you turn the power on, turn this line on in front of the observer. This pushes the block all the way up. Turn the power off. Observer triggers again. It brings that block down. While the power's on, these acting as a NOT gate will cause this to open. And when the power to this line is off, this will be closed. Pretty simple. Noteworthy that every time you place something in front of this observer, it will trigger it. And potentially get things out of sequence. See? Now they're not lined up with each other. Oh no. The easy way to do that is to fix that. If you run into that problem, you break this, and then you can do whatever you want here, and it will not affect this setup. In order to, instead of all that complicated switching, nope, that's all gone. The input line from the button comes straight down to this fader pulse extender, coming out the back side of the block that's part of the fader pulse extender. Just a simple repeater. This is important that you don't hook this up directly to the fader in front of the observer, because every time this changes the power level, it triggered the observer over and over again. Made that mistake. Don't want to do that again. But this means it'll be a solid 15 power level the whole time this little fader circuit is running. It's very simple. That sends a pulse, turns the fader on. A little while later, it turns off, and it closes. Unlike the other one where the double piston extender would stay extended, this one does not. It pulls the block in, and then it spits the block out, and the pistons come all the way back down each time. And that is all there is to it. Much, much smaller machinery. Faster to build. Kind of less resources, other than the needing a bit of nether quartz for those observers. And it works perfectly fine, and should be probably relatively future-proof. Alright. Good night, everybody.